All right, I am starting out with a piece of maple burl here. It's got some nice bark enclosures on it. It's about 9.5 inches tall and about 2.5 by 2.5. So I'm getting it trued up with a spindle gouge, and I will put a tenon down on one end so we can grab it with the chuck. So last week I did a video on marketing, how to market your stuff, how to set up your booth, how to get people into your booth. I'll put a link down below in the description to that video too. So I thought this would be a good project. I'm going to make actually a beer bottle on this one, and we're going to use it in our booth. And it's a great way to get people to interact with it and your booth, get them over to it. I know you can't tell yet, but this is a beautiful piece of maple burl, and it is just amazing. I've already seen it with the oil on it. It's awesome. So making things like this will get people, over to your booth, they'll want to pick it up. This is a great way to just get to talking to them and get them interested in what you're doing. So I went ahead and changed the jaws on the Easy Wood chuck. If you haven't seen that chuck before, I will have a link down below in the description for it as well. So, ran to the store. I'm not a beer drinker, but I ran to the store and got a 6-pack of beer. So I had a beer bottle so I could measure it. So after I got it in the chuck, pulled the tailstock up, and we'll go ahead and true the whole thing up. And then we will get the calipers out and start measuring this thing. And making things like this, once I get it all done here, you'll see it people would have a hard time walking by it and not wanting to see it up close. So things like this will bring them over to your booth. So I'm going to use the calipers. I'm going to make it the exact size of this beer bottle. And then I have a cap that I'm going to actually put on the top of it when we're all done here too. Help support the companies that support our community. So I just kind of held it up against there and to see where I'm going to round it over. And as I'm working my way up to the top, I keep grabbing the calipers to measure all of this. So we'll bring the whole piece down to the right diameter. So this is a piece of maple burl, like I said, but if you wanted to do even like a straight grain one and then like laser your logo on it, that would be look really nice too. This piece has just a ton of burl, so I didn't want to put it on the laser or anything. But if you did a straight grain one, that would look really nice, I think, too, having your logo on the side of it. So, and the lathe speed through, I think, basically the whole process, other than sanding, was about 2,500 RPMs. And then I dropped it down when I start sanding. So, and for the top here, I just kind of replicated the beer bottle, but the very tip of it, I'll show you here in a sec. I have a beer bottle cap, Kona, and it's not damaged at all, so it pops right on it. You'll see that at the end. So I just got it really close, and then when I went through the whole sanding process, I just kept sanding little bits off until it clicked on. And that way when somebody comes up to the booth, if they haven't seen the bottle openers before, you can show them how it works. So there's the cap. So I used the calipers and measured the inside of the cap. And then I just brought it down, like I said, just close, and then to where it was still a little bit tight. And then as I ran through the grits, I sanded it down and kept pulling the tailstock away and checking it. So I got this cool little sanding pad from Sean at Worth the Effort when I was at the Waco Woodturning show. It's made out of leather, and then it has these little Velcro pads sewn on both sides. So you can actually put 4 different grits on it and run through the grits, 2 on this side, flip it over. It's perfect for stuff like this. Anything that's, you can't really, it's pretty thick leather, so you can't go around the corner or get into like little detail stuff. But for doing straight pieces like this, it worked perfect. And I will put a link down below in the description to that. So we'll just part this off and then get some oil on it. It has some great bark enclosures on that side. And this is just regular walnut oil. I'll put a link down below for that as well. And I found these little squirt bottles at the Habitat for Humanity, and they were 25 cents a piece. So I bought a handful of them to use for different things, and it worked perfect for this. But you can just see the whole piece is burl, and with those bark enclosures, it's going to be a nice piece to put right up front. There we go. It's all done. Again, it's out of maple burl, about 8.5, maybe close to 9 inches tall, and about 2 1/4 inches in diameter. But it's a beautiful piece of maple. Yeah, went to the store. I'm not a beer drinker. Robin will drink the beer. I won't. Never been a fan of it, but beautiful piece of maple. So this is what I was talking about in last week's video too, is making something that is going to bring people over to your booth. So something like this, they see that, they want to pick it up, look at it, and then you can show them other stuff. So this right here, little cap, snaps right on. So we're going to use this as a display now, and I'll show people, if they haven't seen the bottle openers, how they actually work on this. But it's something that just eye-catching. All right. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Take care, and we will see you next time.